Where's my
What's
video?
up?
There we go. Yeah.
There she is. What's
Good to
happening?
see you, man.
What's going on?
Oh, craziness as always. We're gearing up to go to the UK in a week, and we're doing this evening with tour. So it's like 3 hours of Halestorm, and there's so many songs that I haven't even thought about in like 10 years that we're going over. I'm like, So
Do you need a teleprompter in front of the stage?
hell no. I'm gonna be fine. You know what's funny? I know a lot of people that do that, and I think that would screw me up more.
Right.
It would just become a crutch. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna depend on the old brain, and then hey, if I can't remember a second verse, we'll just let the audience do it.
There you go. You guys got it. You got it.
You guys have this. It's
oh
fine.
man. It's been a hot minute. What's going on, my friend?
Dude, it's it's just great to like actually have some live shows again. That's been the best. We just got off this amazing tour with Evanescence, and it was just like arena rock every single night, and everybody in the audience is just in it with you. Like everyone's like going to shows like it's going to be stolen from them again. It's so great. It's like a whole new energy. There's that. Yeah, I mean, we're releasing new music. Our album comes out on May 6th.
Yep.
And in the immortal words of Tom Petty, the waiting is the hardest part. I'm so like over waiting. Like I don't want to wait anymore. And now they're making me wait. But yeah, it just feels good to be releasing new music and gearing up for shows and doing all that. It's just, I'm in my happy spot.
I saw the pic. Was that pic fresh from on Twitter? I saw Instagram. I think I saw it on Instagram with Amy from Evanescence. Was that fresh?
Yeah, there were some fresh pics. Yeah, we had a lot of those moments backstage because like nobody was going anywhere, so we were keeping just the bubble super tight.
Yeah.
So it actually was kind of awesome because we would just after the show, when we would normally be like, maybe hanging out with like some audience members or like label people or whatever, we just get in our pajamas and hang out backstage, and have some wine. So it was a lot of fun.
That's how you're like, yeah, we're good. I'm just gonna hang out here and
yeah, we're just gonna hang out with each other. Yeah.
PJ it up, man. Everybody's all good after the bus incident and everything like that.
Yeah, everybody's good. Yeah, we're still a little traumatized by it because the what ifs were real. But it's like, oh God, but it was actually that if there is a silver lining in any of it, we're definitely more prepared for a fire now. We know where all the fire extinguishers are. And those next two shows that we had, like we would get emotional before we would go on stage every night because we're just so happy that we're all together and that we get to do this together. And so just it gave us a little bit of a shake and a renewed appreciation for each other and the fact that we're doing this. So it's it's all good. We just lost some stuff. I'm getting my new passport in the next couple days because my passport burned up and we have to go to the UK in a week. So it's like everything is like so it's a pain in the butt, but nobody was hurt, which is a good thing. So.
What are some of the expectations overseas? Have you guys been overseas since this whole pandemic stuff, or what are some of your expectations there?
Not yet. We were supposed to be in Europe now. Actually, we were going to it was going to go through Europe and then end in the UK. And just every country has a different restriction situation and the laws and the waiting or quarantining or whatever, what have you, paperwork. So just logistically, it was impossible to book a tour,
right?
And so that we didn't do that. So this will be our maiden voyage over the pond, across the pond, and seeing all of our UK fans, which are incredible, by the way. Just rock and roll is very much alive in the UK, and so looking forward to that. But yeah, this will be our first time, and the longest plane ride I'll probably have been on since before all this stuff went down. So it'll be fun.
That's crazy. Lzzy hanging with us here on Twitch, of course, back from the dead. You released a single last summer. I wanted maybe before even summer last year, and then you got the album coming out in the 6th, and you were here at the Great New York State Fair and completely blistered the stage here.
Oh, well, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. It just feels good, man. It's like I can't wait for everyone to hear this album. like I was saying before, it just feels good to release new music. Again, I wish it wasn't so spaced out. We could just leak the damn thing, but just like, oops.
Oh, darn, I hit the wrong button. My bad.
Oops. Oh, well, gotta live with it now. But I just can't wait for everyone to hear this album. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to see themselves in these songs. And I know just from my personal experience from being on the other side of it and writing them, I needed to write this album. This was literally the only outlet I had to really be in that spot that I love. And, after everything went down, you're like, are we ever going to be playing live shows again? Are we ever going to tour? And so we just put everything into this album, like we were never going to tour on it. So everything is at 11. Obviously, my guys and my little brother and how crazy everybody is. Everybody just put everything into this album. And so I hate saying it out loud, but I really, really think everyone's gonna really love this one. We really do, and we're proud of it. So yeah,
it's always funny that the times that we've hung out and people don't, like, normal people don't get to experience it all the time. You guys behind the scenes, and how absolutely insane RJ really is. I mean,
oh yes, absolutely. He's been that way since he was a child.
Yeah.
So I always tell like, his girlfriends or whatever, I'm just like, hey, look, if I haven't figured it out, I've known him his entire life.
Yeah, right.
If I haven't figured it out, there's no way you're going to figure it out. Just give up now. Just accept it. He is who he is. But it's great because it's like, as much as I'm big sister. So, of course he knows how to push my buttons. I know how to push his. But it's funny because that same thing that makes him so like crazy to the point that maybe you're gonna like want to slap him is that same craziness that makes him so incredible as a drummer and as a person. He's so happy all the time. I even throughout the pandemic, like that kid is he's just on cloud 9 and he couldn't wrap his head around why everyone is going through these like depressive states and like these ups and downs. I went through some incredible ups and downs during this whole thing, and I'm like, RJ, what's in your cereal? Like, what? Give me whatever it is that
How much caffeine are you drinking every single day?
The funniest thing is I don't think he is.
No? Oh man.
I think he just makes that chemical on his own, and I want to bottle it and sell it. That's the side hustle.
It's funny you say those things because I'm pretty sure my sister thinks the exact same things. As I'm the younger brother and she's the older sister, and all the same things. She's like, many a times, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I mean, I'm just here. Like, everything is good.
I'm here.
Oh, that's great. What is the plan? What's that?
It's a good way to be.
It is. I mean, whatever. I just enjoy myself. That's all you can do. What is the plan? Obviously, you're going to Europe and then back here to the States to tour and probably spend a couple years out on the road, at least a year.
Pretty much. We're planning on it and planning on playing everywhere and anywhere they'll let us play. We have a couple announcements that we're going to be probably within the next 2 weeks or so. A bunch of amazing tours. We're going to be able to. I'll give you a hint. We're going to be able to be touring with some of our idols from the 90s.
Okay.
And so that's going to be fun.
All right.
And just a bunch of other things. And we've been talking to a bunch of our friends and just putting together these tours, and everyone's just so happy to be out and be making plans with each other again. So it's where I'm going to get to see all my friends. And so, yeah, I don't think that this is possible anymore because of the state of where we're in and how everyone is so appreciative of live music. But yeah, you can plan on probably being sick of us before long. We're just going to keep coming at you.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all.
Good.
So question. So I was told I need to ask. Yeah, right. So we have, obviously, radio and rock and all that. We have a very always interesting lunchroom conversations that happen every day here, pretty much, right? So give me a bus conversation, because I'm sure there's some interesting conversations that happen while you guys are traveling around. Give me one that pops off the top of your head.
Okay. Well, one of them that we had to have an intervention, speaking of little brothers, We had an intervention, not because of substances or anything, but my brother had been making it a habit to literally hang up to dry his sweaty shorts from the show in the bunk hall. And
Oh,
we discussed this with him about 3 times, and he would continue to do it. He kept moving it further and further back, but you know, you've been in a bunk hall, it's a narrow hallway.
Yep.
And if there aren't any lights on, you're gonna get like
Smacked right in the face.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like just right in the face. And so we had to sit down and do that. There was also the conversation about how, I guess, we've gotten to the point where we can recognize either the certain people in our crew or each other through the sounds of farts. So we know everyone's individual tone now. So we're just as immature as we always have been.
I love it.
These are the conversations we have on the bus.
And we had one today where, is if underwear went away, would you be sad? And so I answered it like, well, yeah, because I'm a big dude and like chub rub and all those other things, you know what I mean? But then she's like, no, girls' underwear, and I'm like, yeah, I
totally
think I would be sad.
conversation.
Whole different conversation. I was like, you didn't specify that.
Yes, and it has to have to be specific. That's an interesting. I'm gonna have to bring that one up because that's a very interesting conversation. If underwear went away, specifically girls' underwear. I feel like some of the guys would be like, hell yeah, girls' underwear. We don't need it. I think I would be sad though. I would be sad.
That's what I
like
said.
Underwear. Underwear's good.
Yeah, I said
it's very helpful.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, you'd be like, come on, man. You know, I mean, there's different styles and this and that, and then the whole conversation. You know how that conversation went from there, but
yes, of course.
but you know, it is what it is. But that's we're all immature at the end of the day, right?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, here's another one that came up. Who would we eat first if we had to resort to cannibalism?
Ooh.
If we broke down, who gets and that is a conversation that's ongoing because as you go along, you're like, actually, you know what? We would say Josh because he's technically probably the healthiest, but he'd be kind of tough, you know. That'd be like that. So you need somebody. So now it's Joe, because Joe he's a healthy guy, but he also drinks beer, so he's a little basted. I think he'd be tasty.
That's where we're at. He's got the fat in there that will, you know, if you have to throw a steak on the grill, it's gonna sizzle a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna sizzle. It's gonna be tasty.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh my God, that's great. That is amazing. But Lzzy, I appreciate it as always, man. It's good to finally talk to you and see you guys, even if it is through Zoom and we're live here on Twitch. And you know, you got the new album coming out May 6th, Back from the Dead, and hopefully next time when you come around, we actually get a meet and greet, little high five, little hug, or whatever it might be.
Hell yeah, man! I cannot wait to embrace you in person. It's gonna be awesome.
Right.
Hugs are coming your way.
Absolutely, that's awesome. Enjoy your time overseas, and we will definitely see you soon.
Hell yeah, man! Thanks for having me, dude.
Yep, appreciate it. See ya.
Bye, bud. Thank you so much.
Yep, have a good one. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. And hopefully you enjoyed the interview. Phil, appreciate you, brother. And I'll be up live over on Twitch for the remaining time of life. See you guys.